what do we have here? This is the MixData vault from ORICO. It's flashing because it's doing stuff. This is a 4-bay NVMe enclosure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-bay NVMe. So you can put in this device here 4 NVMe drives in little trays and run them at the same time. This is a DAS, or direct attached storage. It looks like a little NAS, a little network attached storage, but it's actually a DAS. DAS meaning direct attached. So you take it and with a cable and you can plug it into your device. The nice thing about DAS is it doesn't need network to work. It's going to be fast as a result, and you can easily disconnect it from one and plug it into the other. So I could plug it in from my mini PC into my Mac back there and swap data very easily between them. No problems there whatsoever. My desktop, whatever. I can also just disconnect this and take it with me because it's relatively small. Like, it may look big on camera, but it's not that big. It just looks big because it has like a scaling thing going on. But you can take this with you in your bag if you're traveling. Take your data with you. Take your fast data with you. Whereas, you know, NAS, you're not going to go to a hotel and then set up a NAS like in the hotel, right? But you could take this with you, no problems whatsoever. It's also very cool because you can do different RAID type options here. So you can put in up to 4 drives. They're going to run nice and fast, and you have different RAID configurations that you can run. So let's jump into the review here. I've already done the tests. Spoiler, it's a really good product, but let's jump into the tests right now and I'll show you why this thing is cool. And I've tested them. I've tested a lot of these. They've actually sent me a couple over the years, but I also just buy them. I buy a lot of their stuff. I use ORICO external enclosures. I use ORICO external, like, pre-cooked units, and I buy their drives and I use their drives because the price is competitive and the performance is excellent. So this is not like I bought all of these. These are not review units. I bought these on my own. It's a nice little stack of NVMe's. I don't know why. It's very satisfying. So here's the drive. Here's the enclosure, the MixData vault here. Right, nice metal frame. So it's a nice clean look to it. Right, looks like a little. Looks like a. It's so cute. It looks like a NAS, like a network attached storage, which is much larger, and then shrunk down like a 4:1, or I guess it would be like, you know, like a 3:1 or 4:1 scale model. It's really cool. It kind of is in a way. You have your connectors there, or your lights there, saying which drives are connected. Very good. Rubber feet on the bottom. Nice big fan on the back. Bring air in. I mean, these things should run pretty damn cool. Result power. You get your PC connection. Ooh, that's cool. I like that. It's like a little. It's so analog. Nothing is analog anymore. It's so cute. Look at that little tray. So you get an M.2 to an M.2. Very nice. And inside we have some controller boards with a big fan to pull air through and keep it nice and cool. Grab another one. Does it matter which way this faces? I think it was upside down. It's supposed to go that way probably. Maybe? I don't know. Go with that there. You know, they could have used like a little rubber kind of thing, like a more generic kind of rubbery thing. I don't actually like those necessarily because they always fall out and they're super annoying. And I feel like sometimes, like if I move around with my NVMe and then it like disconnects, I'm like, why is this not connecting? And it's like I open them up and the rubber thing is loose. So I actually kind of prefer this, where it's certainly not like permanent, and the fact that you can like swap it relatively easy, but there is some like metal and some minimal amount of effort to get them mounted in there. This is a very analog feeling to me and I enjoy it. Yeah, that was a very enjoyable experience just overall. I really like that. Okay, there it is set up on my relatively messy, currently messy desk because I am testing things. We'll come in here and we'll probably have to initialize a lot of these because I've probably been messing with these drives a lot. So we'll come in here, we'll go to partition manager. If you don't have your partitions, they should pop up and then be like, do you want to initialize your drives? And you say yes. It's this one here. So that's the one being written to right there. So we can check the temperatures. I mean, it's clearly not going to run hot. it's in a pretty large enclosure with a fan, and I can feel the air coming out of the back here. It's not loud or anything like that. This mini PC is actually louder than this. It's not producing any noise, but there's definitely air coming out of the back. So it's going to cool these drives down, just active cooling rather than the traditional where you have a passive heatsink kind of thing. Yeah, but yeah, so typically what I expect here is each drive will run at essentially the quarter of the speed. It's like it's bifurcation. It's how they work. So each one of these drives will run at, you know, around 1,000 megabytes a second, so 10 gigabit. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40 gigabit for the actual device, and each one of them is going to take a 10 bandwidth. So you'll get pretty standard pricing here, pretty standard speeds here. Watch these temperatures, they're just not becoming hot. These ones are, you know, idling 30 to 40 to this one. That already had a video on it. Look at the, no problems there. Pretty standard speeds. That's, you know, moving real files is not going to go at the same speed as other devices. So we'll come in here and we'll just keep writing. All right, no temperature issues here at all. It's probably never going to get hot because it has a fan in it, like a large area for air to move through, and then it has a fan in it. So yeah, I don't expect any problems here. So it's doing its job. That's good. Yeah, so the next thing we can do here. So exFAT, the nice thing about exFAT here, right? So I formatted these to exFAT. We can see that there. exFAT is good for externals if you're going to be switching them between devices. So as I mentioned before, this thing here, you can use it with a Mac, you can use it with Windows PC, it's your choice. So when it's an exFAT like this here, you can connect it to a mini PC like that in Windows, but you can also connect it to a Mac, like a Mac Mini, for example. All right, 1 drive, 2 drive, 3 drive, 4, 6 drive, 7 drive, 8 drive, more. So we can do RAID. So there's different types of RAID. Mirrored would be a redundancy. So if you have these two, for example, disk 1, disk 2, and you have very important data, maybe like family pictures or like critical work files, you could mirror them so that anything you copy to drive 1 will automatically copy to drive 2. So they're exactly the same. So anytime you write to drive 1, it automatically shows up on drive 2. That's a mirrored thing. So you could do that. Go like that. Now when you do a mirror drive, and go like this here, you can see it's 2 and 2. And they end up turning into like essentially one singular drive. So we'll call this mirrored, like that. It'll do some stuff for a minute here. The other thing we can do here, so that's going to run, this takes a minute for some reason we do that. The other thing we can do here is we'll delete these again. And so rather than mirroring the drives, you can see them disappearing over here. Go like that. The other thing we can do is we can do, for example, a striped or a spanned drive. Striped and spanned drive, simple means individual, so drive 1, 2, 3, 4, they all operate independently. You can do like span and striped. These will potentially, you don't get data redundancy, so if you lose data, that's gonna be a problem. But what it's gonna end up doing is combining the drives to one, like with one another. So I'm gonna take these two, this 1.9, 1.9, I'm gonna turn them into one singular drive, right? So go like that. Okay, we'll call this one spanned. Make sure you hit quick format when you do this. I'm going to rerun these. Give it a sec to create the RAID, and then it will format hopefully much faster. Over here, it didn't get any larger, right? So it looks like there's only one drive here, drive F. But notice how they're both named drive F? There's actually, the two drives are mirrors of one another. So if I grab data, for example, off of this NVMe, and I put it into here, it doesn't actually end up going onto only one drive, it goes onto this one, and it automatically duplicates on this one. This one here, you can see I did spanned, and I called it spanned. So these two in the purple, rather than being mirrored, so it's like drive 1, drive 2, and they're clones of one another, right, like that. What I did, rather than cloning them, so the two drives go and they're basically exactly the same. I did span, so they go and they stick beside one another so the data can write across them. So they actually do combine. Okay, so there we go. The mirrored one is going to be faster. Is that mirrored? Yeah, F is mirrored because you're duplicating, so it technically can write faster because it's writing across both the drives. The span one, not so much, you're just combining it. Now let's do one more here. We'll go, I'll just delete it. So we'll delete, should delete both in theory. There we go. And now we're going to go striped. And we'll add you. And now we'll go striped. Oops. Stripe head. Now, one of the disadvantages you can see, that was very fast, but one of the disadvantages here you can see now we're in NTFS. NTFS is a Windows proprietary file system. So you're not going to be able to now disconnect your RAID type storage and then put it onto a Mac or a Linux machine or something like that necessarily. It's not going to work. So just be aware of that. The negative of running RAID and NTFS is that it's going to be Windows, but if you run Windows then it won't matter. So that's that there. So there's D. D is the striped, and you can see they are combined as well. So we have them combined into one drive. So we take both of these and combine them into one. Let's run this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take four individual 2 terabyte drives. 1, 2, 3, 4 terabytes. Okay, go like that. So now we have striped. Stripe head. And I'm going to turn this into an 8 terabyte. It's actually 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. 2 by 2 by 2. So we have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. And so rather than these running an independent type setup, I'm actually going to turn them into one singular mega drive. Mega drive. And now you can see it's going at full Thunderbolt 4 speeds. USB 4 speeds. So we've taken the bandwidth of 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've combined them, and we get 4 times the speed. They run like different ideas, but you can see here we can run all of them at the same time, right? So this one's going at 8, this one's going at 6. It just depends on the software, but right, we can run multiples at a time, right? And that's the thing with the Thunderbolt 4. If you're going to be moving between, I think I'm actually running this one twice. If you're going to be moving data between them, right? All of them are going to run at good speeds. So yeah, each drive individually doesn't run at Thunderbolt 4, USB 4 speeds, maxing it out, but the thing is all of them are capable of doing that. So this is the type of device where you're going to be potentially using all of the drives individually or simultaneously. So this is the ORICO MixData Vault. It's a nice clean little package. It looks big on camera, but it's actually not that big. Like, it's pretty small. It's a cute little thing because it's like, it mirrors like a large NAS or something like that in terms of the size, but it's scaled down. Premium metal. The fan in there is not noisy at all. It's completely silent, to be honest. I can't hear it at all. Absolutely no noise out of this fan here, but it is moving air, keeps the drives nice and cool. You're able to get 4 NVMe's in here. You don't have to use them all at one time. You can use them as you go, add more later if need be. That fan is able to then keep them cool as a result. Very cool. The device itself runs at 40 gigabit, so USB 4, 40 gigabit. And if you run them in basic drives, 1, 2, 3, 4, all independent, each one runs at shared. So you get 10 gigabit, 10 gigabit, 10 gigabit, 10 gigabit. Totally fine, totally acceptable. No problems with that whatsoever. You can run games off of that. You can do video editing. Still relatively fast, honestly. You can do a lot with 10 gigabit drives. Or you can do RAID. It does support RAID, so you can mirror RAID. So if you want to have redundancy, for example, you could mirror these and have critical data on them. And if something goes wrong with one of them, you have your backup. You can go that route. Or you could mirror all of them if you really needed protection. The other thing you can run is stripe type RAIDs, where you can combine all of the drives into one. So in my case, it was 2 terabytes plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. I made it into one giant 8 terabyte enclosure type thing. Good if you have lots of small drives and you're like, you don't want to get rid of them, but you want a higher capacity, single higher capacity. That's the way to do it. It's one thing. It'll run faster as a result. Very good. The other option is you could do a mixed type scenario. So you could go like, these are for your critical stuff, so you could mirror them. And then these ones, either you run in like a basic, or you put them in striped. So these two run in like a protected mode. These two run in striped, so they're faster and combined. Right? Lots of options you can do here. And you can support mixed data. So that's that there. It's actually a really good product. I like it quite a bit. It's clean. looks good. ORICO reliability, ORICO is great. I have ORICO drives in my ORICO enclosure, and they're good. You don't have to use ORICO drives. You can use any brand you want. I just buy ORICO drives because the value proposition is incredibly good. It's my money. I can want to do what I want to do with it, and I want to buy high value proposition drives from ORICO. Very good. So that's the data vault, MixData vault, and it's fantastic.